I'm going to try to you so it gets he's playing a bunch of videos. Get it. In the last video, I didn't really explain too deeply because I didn't have a script or anything and etc. So I'm kind of gonna explain it in more of a chronological order. You see, and let's do the other Kenshi Shuriami, the one that's not an assassin. Boy. um, I had a doc for Kenshi Shuriami, but I didn't send it because I didn't want my identity to be whatever. So on my little novel that I made, I stopped making it, but I have the basic story, so I could explain it. Let me draw him for a sec. It's good enough. The End of Love by Mafu Mafu. That's what I'm trying to sing. Getting off topic here. Call this guy first. God, it looks awful. Don't worry, I'll talk about him. Like, know how to draw him. Jesus. Yes, I do. So, if you see my little comic thingamabob, you would have always seen this character. Kenshi Shuriami from the Ancestry area. You modern artifact and ancestry evidence. He lives in this area. I don't know, somewhere like there or something. But he attends school there. He's part of a rich family, a royal family. Yeah. Very prestigious family, which hierarchy was all inside ancestry area here, because your bloodline really tells you and really gives you the abilities of your bloodline. So bloodline matters a lot. At age 1, he unlocked his abilities. At age 2 and up to 5, he continued to use his abilities. Learned karate in 8th grade, but which grade? Oh yeah, in elementary he lost his powers. Probably like age 7 to 8-ish. He lost his abilities. Was it 5? Because one time Alice, this brat, was bullying all his friends, so he decided to use his power against her, but stabbed her stomach right through in with the power of the Ronin, which is his ancestry. I'm gonna draw that. Well, I don't need to. I gotta show you right here. The Ronin. That's gross. Ronin, right here. Kenshi. Oldest of the family lines. Kenshi on the left. Was his mother's line. His father didn't like that, but he was like, whatever. He has powers. That's good. And his younger brother. Hashtag a secret trap. But his younger brother. Can I even make what she looks like? Offhand. I mean, a lot of people usually they just edit this shit. But I'm that one scuffed YouTuber that just goes it off freehand. So that's awesome. Something like this. Name's Toppy. Actually, girl, long hair, blah 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 blah. His uniform too. Okay, whatever. All you need to know is Spiky, long hair. It's about Toppy. Didn't unlock his powers at all. And because of that, he got banned from his family, and that really just set the standards for Kenshi Shuriami over here. Let's set his standards to always be high and try to get his powers back. Later on, he just didn't give no fuck about getting powers. But to 8th grade, he trained his martial arts and his physical adept abilities because he didn't have inheritance anymore because his psychological scar. I gotta turn this off, it's a little too loud. Play this again. Because of his psychological guy being, stabbing someone straight through while unlocking all his powers. So he finally gets high school freshman. He has a childhood friend named Rem, which you saw in my little comic there. He finally joins the freshman class, and finally something out of the ordinary happens to him. Everyone always knows he doesn't have powers from 6th to 8th, but his father insisted that he intended a ancestry school with ancestry powers. There's some people that don't get ancestry powers for many other reasons. They usually go to a different school, but he still went to ancestry school because his dad was adamant on putting him in there because he's not gonna have any. He better have heritage, and if he doesn't, he's gonna disown his ass just like Toppy. Toppy's right now being raised by a maid. He/she's somewhere else. Okay, never mind that. So he fights this one bully, this juvenile guy that has like this giant axe, and his power is basically if he hits you once and you block it, and then he hits you again, the second strike would be harder, and it continues vice versa on. He couldn't beat him, and he finally gets slashed with a bunch of blood on him, and that's when finally his power reawakens again. Kenshi Shuriami, the fucking god of swordsmanship, also known as the Black Mist Samurai. He reawakens his power with absolute mastery instantly because he was already a prodigy. It's just that his trauma stopped him from using his power again. So when he was able to use his power again, he instantly slashed down the guy, but he got knocked out from blood loss. Yeah, it's kind of a loss in a win. But everyone was like, oh shit! And Stella, the brat, from all the way from kindergarten, re-showed herself, and she was like, oh, you still got it. Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's enough story. And past all the juicy stuff, because I'm gonna probably make my own comic later about it, if I know how to make manga and do pacing and stuff like One Punch Man. He later on starts using and abusing the power more, to a point where he starts to look like Kenshi Shuriami, the Black Mist Samurai. I'm gonna go draw him. So you saw what he looked like there. He was like something like this, short hair, still covers one eye. He's called emo sometimes. Cause my 5th grade self thought that would be cool as hell. Just calling a guy emo, cause he's emo. I don't know what I was thinking. I was young. I still like it. I'll still keep it. One here, and then it changes into this guy. I know. Okay. The noticeable difference is Kenshi Shuriami has a fang. He also has a scar right here, which he actually gets later on because of the ultra transformation and how close he is to the legend. If you're closer to the legend or whatnot to your power, its origin. For example, I use this example already in the novel, but there's this guy, okay? He has the Ancestry Stone. Now, the legend says the Philosopher's Stone could basically warp reality and etc. But what it originally was just a poisonous rock that got you high and made you think those things. Now, you could have the power of warping reality and shit to your command, your beck and call, but if you read up on it, it's just a poisonous rock. Now, you could still use those powers, that legend, but some people say it's better to have the legend, the mystery surrounding it, not explain the powers. But if you explain the powers, you do get a slight weakness, but you can use that for your advantage. For example, the Black Mist Samurai was known for making black mist that would suddenly explode and etc. That would basically make the guy invisible. At first he uses this and his one draw slash and his swordsmanship, but later on accident, he reads everything into it. He reads all the data, which he wasn't supposed to do, but he still did it, and he has this, which is basically the real reason all the legendary stuff happened. The real reason was charcoal. And charcoal mist of the Kenshi Shuriami was the way he smokescreened the black mist, and the explosive power was actually just the spikes coming from this black mist right here. The spikes coming from when you clash swords. If there's black mist right here, the spike would instantly explode all the black mist, and that's how he got the explosive power. Kenshi still used this to his advantage, and he became one of the greatest swordsmen, while being also possessed by Black Dragon. This red dragon also possesses his blood. It gives him the ability to manifest more stuff from Kenshi Shuriami. For example, his whole legend has reasons why he got all these different type of clothing and stuff, but he's even able to get his shirt. See? His like peasant shirt, and this peasant shirt would light up on the highlights right here when he charges up his sword with blood, because the sheath would charge up his sword and the sword would charge up his whole suit, and that would make him go faster and etc. I thought that was a cool idea. It still is. What was I gonna say again? Yeah, it's basically would just supercharge him, and then yeah, he become really powerful. But there's this like whole arc where he loses his powers because his dad finds out he's that samurai. He knew he was already like inheriting some type of power, but he was like, oh, it's a samurai, and he wanted the silver samurai. But he also merged blood with the Black Mist samurai heritage, and he was like, oh, they'll just make the silver samurai powerful. But instead, one of his sons got the Black Mist samurai, and he was like, no, I don't want a Black Mist samurai son. Also, Tapi, Tupa, whatnot, he actually got silver samurai powers, which is not from Wolverine. Silver Samurai is another samurai that came from the era of Kenshi Shuriami, the old Kenshi Shuriami, the Black Mist samurai, and he was basically his rival. The father liked this power much more because this is actually the main staple of the Shuriami family. You know, the last name Shuriami comes from the Black Mist samurai, but he didn't like the Black Mist samurai. He wanted the silver one. So when Tapi got his powers, he instantly kicked out Kenshi Shuriami and stole all his powers by sucking up all his blood and etc. So, yeah, that's basically it. Basically all the gist you need to know about this character. Oh, yeah, and then sad ending. Cause, I don't expect you guys to read the novel. I don't expect people to actually go all the way back if I ever become famous because of these stories or whatnot. But, sad story. This guy turns into this guy, and then he gets sealed in a badge, which is actually sad. So the badge that I already explained the badges. The badges that he uses right here, he also has Kenshi Shuriami as a badge. But that Kenshi Shuriami isn't the original Kenshi Shuriami, because the original Kenshi Shuriami died long ago. It's actually the fucking kid right here, that kid right there. It's actually that guy, but he transformed to a point where he was Kenshi Shuriami. I'm not sure how that's gonna play around with the personality switches and stuff, but somehow. But basically, on his path to regain his powers and get his blood back, he ends up becoming Kenshi Shuriami, and he loses all his memories and etc. Yeah, sucks. Well, that's it for this video. I'm definitely gonna try to make it to go to premiere this time, so it could be done tomorrow, because I know tomorrow I'm not gonna make a video. Or maybe I am. Who knows? I'm unpredictable.